Good morning. It's another beautiful Friday and a very cold morning right here in the capital. And of course, it's always a pleasure having you every morning right here on GBS TV. Thank you so much for choosing GBS Morning Extra. My name is Tom Mwema as usual, and being on Friday, we have a lot lined up for you. It's all Friday. It's all matters entertainment. It's all about a freestyle Friday. It's all easy time. And of course, we always welcome your comments. Hashtag GBS Morning Extra. That's on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And 21144 is our SMS line, so you can communicate with us directly. And of course, you can request which artist do you want us to bring on the show, because this is your show. And of course, today we have a lot lined up for you, as said earlier. But now we need to focus first on the news updates. We need to update on what is happening to bring you up to speed with all what you need to know this morning. GBS Morning Extra starts right now. And President Uhuru Kenyatta has officially launched an industrial park in Ruiru. The park is expected to create more jobs for the youths and improve the manufacturing sector's productivity in the country.
Picking from anywhere. Pick and then close to the loading.
Now we need to start any product item. We have lot manufacturing. So you need to carry it here. Yes. So from here, now you are putting it up.
They are getting this on a loan.
That's what I'm saying.
You become an entrepreneur.
Yes.
You are self-employed entrepreneur.
Fantastic.
So in local areas. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Wonderful. Now from this,
we have capacity here for the capacity is 1 million. Of course, it's starting slow. Still about 20. It's growing. You can't even that.
fantastic.
On the grinding of something.
Very great improvement there in the manufacturing sector. And now to Jubilee Party rift, and now the rift continues to grow wider. After the Capital Member of Parliament, Oscar Sudi, came out to slam President Uhuru Kenyatta over his selective war on graft. Sudi claims that President war on corruption is targeted to Kalenjin community, especially to curtailing Deputy President William Ruto's dream to win the presidency in 2022.
Tunasupport Jubilee gani? Hii Jubilee, hii mambo yote, hata hii cover up ya kusema watu wanashika huyu ameiba hii, ule ameiba hii, ni kwa sababu ni kama hii agenda ya Big Four imekufa. So wanajaribu kucover up na maneno yenye haipo. Mimi nataka niambie Wakenya ya kwamba Kenya hii ni yetu sisi wote. Ukisikia mambo mingi inaendelea, hata umesikia hiyo wanasema ati wanataka kufunga banks. Ati wanataka kureduce banks kuja into 10. I want to tell the Kenyans the truth. Hiyo banks inaenda kureduciwa, uliseni ni nani wamenunua banks mingi na ni nini wanatafuta. Ni scandal. Hii Kenya maskini atazidi kuwa maskini na tajiri atazidi kuwa tajiri. Na matajiri ni wachache sana katika taifa la Kenya. Kwa sababu mtu kama rais wetu mali yake na familia yake unless ukue rais for 100 years ndio utapata mali yao wako nayo. Na wanazunguka hapo wakiita watoto wa watu waizi. Ndio nikasema kama hautaki mtu kwa ofisi, kwa sababu nyinyi mko na mamlaka na uwezo, hakuna haja kupitisha wafanyakazi wako ama watu umetumia wao kwa muda mrefu sana, unamfukuza kazi alafu unampitisha kotini, alafu unamharibia jina. Unajua nilikuwa naona leo TV nikashangaa sana mtu kama Tuge. Unajua hata Tuge jana alikuwa anashangaa anasema ni mimi kweli niko sel ama ni mtu mwingine. Ni kwa sababu watu wanafanya kazi usiku na mchana, alafu mnatumia watoto wa watu na kudamu. Ni uchungu sana. Na ndio mimi nataka niseme nitakuwa mmoja yenye nitasimama na ukweli mpaka siku ile Mwenyezi Mungu atakomboa Kenya. Hii Kenya bado haijakombolewa. Bado kuna shida hii Kenya. Kwa sababu wanataka kulete ile kuonesha watu ya kwamba watu fulani ni waizi ama community fulani ni waizi, tunajua penye mnataka. Lakini pia mimi nataka niambie William Ruto, kwa sababu yeye pia amekwama, ya kwamba hii unafikiri na Uhuru Kenyatta ni fake.
And now to another very touching story. And Mukuru kwa Jenga shortage of water in Mukuru kwa Jenga resident has now hit the roof, and now residents are calling upon the government to help them access clean water after the taps run dry.
Kwa majina naitwa Emi. Naishi hapa Maziwa Motomoto kwa miaka 6. Hii miaka 6 tumehangaika sana juu ya maji. Maji kwa ploti haipatikani, lakini nje ya plot mifereji zinapita na mapipe zinapita, hatuelewi zinaenda wapi. MCA kazi yake ni nini? Tunaumia sana. Tunanunua huku nje kwa watu wenye hata hatujui, pesa mingi sana. Mtungi moja 30 bob ama 20 bob ikiwa ndogo. Serikali yetu inataka tufanye namna gani? Tunapata matyphoid kwa sababu ya maji. Angalia barabara imeharibiwa juu ya maji, hatuelewi. Serikali inataka namna gani? Tuende wapi?
Naitwa James Malonza. Mimi ni mkaaji wa hapa. Na ile shida tunaopata hapa ni hii barabara, na kuwa manyumba kama hii haina maji. Tulikuwa na maji na ikakuja ikakatwa na watu ya Nairobi Water. Tangu wakati kutoka Hista mpaka leo hatujawahi kutishiwa maji, na walikuja wakawekea kateos maji na maploti ikabaki. So kitu tunajiuliza, hao watu ya maji ndio wameanzisha hii biashara ya kuuza maji? Kwa sababu unapata ploti tangi imewekwa hapo chini inauza maji hapo, na ndani hakuna maji. Watu wanahama kwa manyumba juu maji hakuna. So tungeomba wenye wanahusika na vitu kama hii wakuja watusaidie tupate maji na watu wetu waendelee kukaa, kwa sababu sasa hii ni shida tumepewa, na ni shida ambayo wanaiona na macho, si ati shida waioni. Na hakuna ofisi hatujaenda ya maji. Kila nyumba ukiingia iko na mita, iko na kila kitu na inalipa maji, lakini ilikatwa maji. Tunauliza kwa nini tulikatiwa maji na tunalipa maji, na mwenye hakuwa analipa maji ametishiwa maji, na sisi tumebaki bila.
Kwa majina ni Lydia Chepemboy kutoka Embakasi Maziwa. Sisi wana wa Embakasi tunalia, barabara imeharibiwa, Wakisii wametuchimbia barabara, wameharibu mapipe kila mahali, maji inamwagika. Tuko na mabiashara, duka zimefungwa, watu hawakuja kutununulia sababu ya barabara imeharibika. Wakisii wafungi pipe yao vizuri, na hawataki tuelewane. Tukiwaambia wafunge, wanaacha maji inamwagika kila mahali. Wametunyanyasa, maana wanafanya biashara yao inaendelea na yetu tumefunga. Juu yao wanauza wanapata pesa, sisi zetu zimegwama. Hii shida imekaa miezi miwili. Tunataka barabara itengenezwe. Ndio pia sisi haki yetu itendeke, pia sisi tuwe biashara zetu ziendelee. Kama kuna uwezo hii maji kuje tolewe. Haki yangu ni maji iko hapa.
And we hope that the county government and national government will address the water shortage. It's really hard to live anywhere without access of clean water. And now, if you're planning to take a bank loan anytime soon, or you had already applied, this is a very nice story for you. The Central Bank of Kenya has retained the lending rate at 9% amid expectations amid expectation that the rate was going to go up after the budget reading.
Times in a row, the Central Bank of Kenya held its standard lending rate at 9% on Wednesday, with the Monetary Policy Committee saying inflation expectations were within the target range and the economy was operating adjacent to its potential. The bank, in a statement, said that there was need to be vigilant on the possible effects of the recent increases in fuel prices, the ongoing demonetization, and the increased uncertainties in the external environment. Inflation rose slightly to 5.0% year-on-year in June from 5.49% a month earlier. Data from the Statistics Office showed staying within the government's preferred band of 2.5%, 7.5% in the medium term. The government forecast the economy will expand by 6.3% in 2019, the same rate as 2018. The Kenya National Bureau of Statistics said in June that the economy grew 5.6% year-on-year in the first quarter, from 6.5% in the same quarter last year. The bank said the current account deficit was expected to narrow to 4.5% of the gross domestic product in 2019 from 5.0% last year. In May, the bank had forecast current account deficit will narrow to 4.8% of the gross domestic product in 2019. It is the first Monetary Policy Committee meeting since Governor Patrick Njoroge was given a second 4-year term in office. Emmanuel Ouma, GBS TV.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel Ouma, for that amazing report. And now to Nakuru County, and the county government of Nakuru has now adopted the government's new policy that will see interns get paid a salary of 15,000 Kenya shillings plus other allowances.
Nakuru County government has now adopted policy that will see fresh diploma and degree graduate absorbed as interns in the county government with monthly payment of 15,000 shillings. Interns will be receiving payments by National Industrial Training Institute, NITA. According to Mr. Githengi, NITA host department still pays allowance of not less than 15,000. He added that 5 interns from each of the 55 wards would be engaged, hence creating more opportunities for not less than 275 youths annually. Nominated MCA Joyce Anyiso said that majority of unemployed youths has been frustrated greatly. She added that internship policy will equip the youths with experience and knowledge when they are still looking for job. Stanley Minor, GBS TV.
Oh, that's great, Stanley. And now to shifting gears to African matters and the last North African country, Tunisia, where the African continent is now mourning the death of the President Benji Keïde Sessi, who was died at the age of 92.
Tunisia's 92-year-old President Benji Keïde Sessi, a major player in the North African country's transition to democracy after a 2011 revolution, is dead. Sessi was taken to a military hospital on Wednesday. A leading figure in the country's fortune since 2011, Sessi was hospitalized late last month and spent a week in hospital after suffering what authorities described as a severe health crisis. According to the constitution, the Speaker of Parliament will temporarily serve as president. Sessi has been a prominent figure in Tunisia since the overthrow of veteran autocrat Zain El Abidine Ben Ali in 2011, which was followed by uprisings against controlling leaders across the Middle East, including the nearby Libya and Egypt. Reporting for GBS Morning Extra, Sharon Maloba.
And that's all what we have this morning for the news updates. And of course, I believe now you are now up to speed and updated on what you need to know this morning before you start your day. And of course, we also welcome you to continue talking to us, hashtag GBS Morning Extra. That's on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and 21144. That's our SMS lines, which are always open. And now we shift gears to look at what the papers has this morning. We start with the Daily Nation. And the governor's fury as President Uhuru Kenyatta blocks cash. President Uhuru Kenyatta tells the county government to take it or leave it. Flexing muscles between the National Assembly and the Senate over revenue division escalates to the highest office. And the President Kenyatta lays it down to governors. I don't have more money, use what you have, or generate your own. That's what President Kenyatta yesterday told the Council of Governors. We had a meeting in Nakuru to discuss the way forward after this move. We're also following up on that story to know how it will unfold from now. And it's the end of Akasha Drugs Empire. If all goes according to plan, in a few hours, the Akasha Empire will be crumbling. The heir apparent, that is Bakhtaj Akasha, will face his destiny as the court decides whether he will spend the rest of his life behind bars. While his young brother was to be sentenced yesterday, the court deferred the ruling to a later date. That's concerned to the family that was arrested 2 years ago over drug trafficking claims. And the cancer most likely to kill you, as a very shocking story. Out of 4,380 new esophageal throat cancer cases reported yearly, there are 4,351 deaths, meaning only 29 of those affected survived. That's a very shocking story. And now on page 3, talking about when musicians leave nothing to imagination in clubs. Burger, sex has sold since dawn of time. This is why singer Marvin Gaye is singularly responsible for conception of a birth of many 37-year-olds today. If sexual healing was playing for explicit demeaning women in 1982. I was talking about how many musicians have now decided to produce explicit content in terms of music, and refund for Kenyans who will miss houses. Kenyans who contribute to the affordable housing program and fail to secure a unit in the ballot type system allocation will get a refund plus interest. That's according to the government spokesperson Cyrus Oguna, speaking yesterday during a briefing on the project's progress at Ngara Park site. And new revenue crisis. This is about the counties. Crisis deepens as MPs approve 316 billion for counties. The National Assembly has passed the republished division of revenue bill with 316 billion executed allocation to county governments, signing another round of meditation with the Senate, and remember also the Senate also passed their bill, so the row still continues, and Uhuru Kenyatta has also stood his ground to clarify that the government does not have money and the county government should work with whatever is available. That's what we have in the Daily Nation. In the back page is about the throat cancer that is killing many people every day. As mentioned earlier, according to the data presented before the Health Committee, out of 4,380 new esophageal cancer cases reported annually, only 29 people survived, with 4,351 reported deaths. So that means it's a 0.0005 survival when you find yourself with the throat cancer. A very shocking story. So you should always go for a medical checkup, so that you can get early treatment and of course be able to control the deadly disease. And the story of President Uhuru Kenyatta telling governments to use what they have still continues the standard. No extra cash. Uhuru tells governors in his second term, devolved governance is being attacked through denial of critical sources. That's according to a Council of Governors chairman, Wycliffe Oparanya, who also serves as the Kakamega County government. Wycliffe Oparanya, and of course Sudi. Who does Sudi speak for? And his questions about the Kapsaret member of parliament, as we have highlighted earlier, who has slammed the President Uhuru Kenyatta over his selective word graft, say that the presidency is targeting the wrong people instead of focusing on the Big Four agenda. And the Standard has also highlighted who does Sudi speak for. That's on page 4. And as discussed earlier, President Uhuru Kenyatta opens a 30 billion industrial park. That's what we highlighted earlier in Ruiru, and of course pledges cheaper energy for the companies that will be operating within the park. And of course death officials resurrect in lead company minutes. That's 2 officials of a land company are indicated to have been present in a crucial meeting held more than 5 years after their death. A very interesting story there, with the owners of a land purported to attend the meeting 5 years after they died. a very good story there that you should also be following up. And Miss President, a reality show winner to be announced this week. MS President show winner to be announced next week. The winner, the contestants had a last chance to woo viewers last Wednesday during one-on-one kind presidential debate. There was no sisterly love as the 5 finalists displayed charisma and eloquence. The contestants is Waruguru wa Kiai from Nyeri, Betty Adera Nairobi, Umkeir Mohammed from Garissa, Nerea Hamadi from Homa Bay, and Rin Mayaka from Nyamira. If you've been following up on that story, of course, the reality show, you'll be seeing all that happening. And the courts, another very interesting story. The High Court has ordered police to arrest Governor Nyang' Nyong'o to serve a 1-month jail term for contempt of court. Professor Nyang' Nyong'o and his sister Nyagoi Nyong'o were sentenced to 1 month in jail for disobeying court orders in protracted property disputes. That is Kisumu County. And county to recruit new service board members. Recruitment of new county service to start after the members who had there served their contracts. Former GEM MP Joe Donde, who was the chairman of the retiring board, and some documents including board's reports yesterday. That means that the board will now be constituted afresh. Let's forward this story first before we go to the Pulse. Taifa Stars out to revenge against Harambee Stars. Harambee Stars defender Michael Kibwage believes there will be plenty at stake when the national team locks horns with the Tanzanian Taifa Stars on Sunday. First on the Sunday's match, that is the first leg tie of the 2020 African National Championship, CHAN, that will be taking place in Dar es Salaam. Remember, Harambee Stars won their match against Tanzania at African Cup of Nations that was played in Egypt, and Tanzania will be looking forward to revenge. And on the Pulse, Miss Earth Kenya finds herself in a dilemma, rudderless and having missed a chance to represent the country after the franchise ownership changed hands. You can also look at the Pulse and, of course, grab your favorite copy and read your favorite story. We're now taking a quick breather. I'll be right back in a moment.